Well, thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate James Gandolfini Day in Park Ridge. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate and honor a great actor, a humble and generous man, and a son of Park Ridge, James Gandolfini. On this day, December 1st, 2013, hereby to be known as James Gandolfini Day in Park Ridge. So I do want to thank the entire Gandolfini family for coming, but I'm going to mention a few of them, but I think we'd be here for a while if I mentioned all of them. There's quite a few Gandolfinis here with us today. We do have Jim's sisters, Johanna and Antonacci, here with us. And Letta Gandolfini with us here today. We have Michael Gandolfini and Michael's mom, Marcy. And we have Deborah Lynn and Lily. Also with us today, we have some distinguished guests. We have with us Assemblywoman Schepisi, from our neighbor in Riverdale, County Executive Kathleen Donovan, Park Ridge Council President Keith Mashagna is here with us, as well as our esteemed council members. I think the entire council is here with us. We have former Mayor of Park Ridge, Don Rushman, with us. Where's Don? Raise your hand, Don. Don is actually a former neighbor of the Gandolfinis. And with us, Senator Cardinale is here as well. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you. So when we were first notified about this need to recognize Jimmy, Lori Fredericks, who's here with us as well, was instrumental in getting us the petition. But we didn't know what to expect. We thought maybe it might be us and two other people here to unveil the sign. But we weren't sure maybe we were going to have a mob scene. But maybe we did. And we are pleased to have with us several members of the Sopranos cast. Federico Castelluccio, Dominic Chianese, Vince Curatola. This is the Irishman pronouncing these names, right? Vince Pastor, Steve Schirripa, Tony Sirico, Timmy Van Patten, and John Ventimiglia. Did I miss anybody? Johnny B. So I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I think the timing of this celebration around the Thanksgiving holiday is very appropriate. It's a time when family and friends gather together to give thanks for our blessings and for people that touched our lives. And that's why we're all here today, right? To celebrate and honor the contributions and achievements of a Park Ridge son, James Gandolfini. Many of you here today grew up with Mr. Gandolfini, or called him your friend or neighbor, or Jimmy. I, like many others, knew Mr. Gandolfini through his craft, through his philanthropy, and through his many proud Park Ridge friends. And through this, we all seem to know and love Jimmy. Our community took great pride in having one of their own go on to achieve international acclaim as an actor. Shortly after Jimmy's passing, the governing body of Park Ridge was presented with an online petition with hundreds of signatures urging the borough to recognize Jimmy since he grew up in Park Ridge and graduated from Park Ridge High School. The Borough Council felt strongly we needed to recognize Jimmy's many achievements and his status as a New Jersey icon. Jimmy went on to earn multiple Emmy Awards, I think it was 3, and recognition by the Screen Actors Guild, the Golden Globes, and the Tony Awards. His role in Sopranos boosted Jimmy's star power, and he became part of New Jersey history. Governor Christie called him a true Jersey guy. Jimmy starred in many, many films, and we all have our favorites. Having grown up in New York City, my personal favorite was The Taking of Pelham 123, in which Jimmy plays the mayor of New York City. A role I could kind of relate to, but I couldn't pull off like Jimmy. He's an inspiration to many of us, including current and former members of the Park Ridge High School Theater Group. It's our hope that generations to come will remember Jimmy. Remember that he grew up in Park Ridge, graduated from Park Ridge High School, and that the residents of Park Ridge are so proud of him that we named an important thoroughfare and intersection in our community across from my favorite diner, and I'm told Jimmy's favorite diner, in his honor. Jimmy never lost sight of his roots as an Italian-American or as a proud kid from Park Ridge. When his Park Ridge friends founded the October Woman Foundation for Breast Cancer Research, Jimmy was there. Mike DeBella, the whole DeBella family is here today with us, recently recounted a story of Jimmy while in the middle of filming a movie, chartered a plane to attend a fundraiser one evening. So Jimmy was quite a guy, and we do want to recognize him here today. And we do have a proclamation from the Park Ridge governing body, and I believe one as well from Assemblywoman Schepisi. If I could have a copy of that, go ahead and read the proclamation. Oh, Kathleen's got to read. All right, so before I read the Park Ridge proclamation, we have a request from Bergen County Executive Kathleen, who asked to attend an event down at the USS Lynn, so we'll let you go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I'm going to a Pearl Harbor event, and I'm not keeping World War II veterans waiting, so that's why he's kind enough to let me in. I did not know Mr. Gandolfini except from afar to admire him, not only as an actor, as a human being. He has a friend, Bobby Wong, who's here today. I don't know where Bobby is right now. But Bobby's also a friend of mine, and Bobby would tell me stories about Mr. Gandolfini. In fact, he even told me now, about 5 minutes ago, he said, you have no idea how many people he helped, that he never talked about it, never told anybody else, but he's helped so many people. So I have to say, on behalf of the 905,000 residents of Bergen County, I am glad he was among us. We were privileged to have him. We are glad, Mayor, that you're doing this today, and we thank you for that. And I thank the Gandolfini family for letting us be a part of this, and thank you for giving us your brother, your father, your son. Thank you very much, everyone.
This is the James Gandolfini Day, December 1st, 2013. Whereas James Joseph Gandolfini Jr. was raised in Park Ridge in a home on Park Avenue and attended Park Ridge High School located at 2 Park Avenue, Park Ridge, New Jersey. And whereas he, a beloved friend, classmate, and neighbor, never forgot his friends in Park Ridge, maintained his roots and friendships while receiving worldwide acclaim for his work by quietly helping those in need, as well as paying special attention to local charities. And whereas he became one of the foremost actors of his generation, working on stage, in motion pictures, and television, earning multiple Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Series for his role in the television series The Sopranos, as well as being a 3-time winner of the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Drama Series. He was also nominated for awards and honored by the Golden Globes, the Tony Awards, and Television Critics Association Awards, amongst others. The excellence and recognition of his work has been a source of pride and inspiration for the community. And whereas he inspired the people of Park Ridge and fellow students with his promising first endeavors as an actor, which took place in our community during performances in the theater at Park Ridge High School, thus giving it an important place in theatrical history and having been a source of pride for the people of Park Ridge. And whereas he honored our country when he traveled to Iraq and Afghanistan to visit troops and continued his work after returning home, having been struck by the honor, duty, and loyalty of our servicemen and women to the United States. He became passionate about giving a voice to the cause of wounded veterans and did so through producing and appearing in important films and documentaries. And whereas he worked tirelessly for philanthropic causes, including the Assemblywoman Foundation for Breast Cancer Research, by assembling the cast of The Sopranos in his hometown of Park Ridge to raise money for that charity, as well as being an ardent supporter of military veteran charities, including the Wounded Warrior Project, amongst many others. And whereas the citizens of Park Ridge, graduates of Park Ridge High School, and the community have recognized the achievements, humble nature, and generosity of James Joseph Gandolfini and requested that he be honored. Now, therefore, be resolved that I, Terrence Maguire, Mayor of Park Ridge, do hereby proclaim that the Borough of Park Ridge honors James Joseph Gandolfini by bestowing the honorary street name of James Gandolfini Way on Park Avenue at the intersection of Kinderkamack Road, Park Ridge, New Jersey, this December 1st, day of 2013.
One thing that I have heard from every person who knew him personally was how humble he was, what a big heart he had, how he loved and cared about his family, his community, and things that were near and dear to him, whether or not it be the Wounded Warrior Project or the breast cancer projects. But no matter how famous he became, he was just a genuinely good human being. And so I think we're all here today to recognize that. And Michael, you have a beautiful little sister, Lily. You had the opportunity to know your dad. She did not. But as she gets older, bring her back here. Let her see the sign. Let her understand how much your dad was loved and respected by everybody. And I thank all of you for being here today. I'll read a couple of little tidbits of the joint legislative resolution on behalf of the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey. This is by Senator Cardinale, who's right here, and myself, Assemblywoman Schepisi. Whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey note with sadness the death of James Joseph Gandolfini, Jr., the highly acclaimed actor and native son of the Borough of Park Ridge in Bergen County, who passed away on June 19, 2013, at the age of 51, whereby he was a 1979 graduate of Park Ridge High School. His first endeavors as an actor took place right here during performances at the theater, giving it an important place in theatrical history, bringing a source of pride to the people of the borough. Where he's appeared in Broadway, he's appeared on stage. We've all heard about all of the various honors and awards he's gotten. He's gone on trips to Afghanistan and Iraq to visit America's troops. He became a passionate advocate for our wounded servicemen and women, including as a steadfast supporter of the Wounded Warrior Project. So on behalf of the state of New Jersey, it is proper and fitting for us to recognize and remember James Gandolfini as an individual of outstanding character, exceptional determination, whose inspiring life earned for him the high regard of all the members of this legislature and the people of the state of New Jersey. And we thank you.
I want to thank you all so much for coming out to support this tribute to my dad's life and his work. I think he'd be so humbled that his life impacted so many. My family and I appreciate all the love and kindness you've shown us. It was said, I believe, by Governor Chris Christie that my dad was a true Jersey guy. But to me, Jersey means those summers spent growing up at the shore with my dad's friends and family. Jersey means to me my dad's old beat-up caddy that we would all cram into and drive around in, which brought him much more pride than any fancy LA car. Jersey means to me my dad going to the Rutgers, and especially Park Ridge, New Jersey, means family. The other part of Governor Christie's quote is the word true, and I think that very much defines who my dad was. He was truthful in his acting, truthful as a father and a friend, and he taught me to always tell the truth. My father was always teaching me life lessons and showing me good values of the kind of person he hoped I would be. His truth lives in me, and I am determined to make him proud as his son and become the person I know he wanted me to be. I will never forget going down to Park Ridge Diner and eating there. I'll never forget about driving through Park Ridge and telling me story after story about the people and experiences he had in Park Ridge. I will always continue to visit Park Ridge, and each time I pass James Gandolfini Way, I will think of each of you who came out today and to share and acknowledge my dad's life. He would be so honored to be known for more than anything as a true Jersey guy.
The thing that comes to my mind, first of all, today is that my father and my brother, as we speak, are up there somewhere having this discussion because my father is telling my brother that he was the first one to have a street named after him. Because at Paramus Catholic High School, where my father worked for more than 40 years, there's a street behind the school called Gandolfini Way. And so now, but my brother is saying, yes, but mine is at a main intersection. So there always was this little one-upmanship there. And, my father was a real character. My brother was a character. He was a wonderful combination of, I think, the offbeat sense of humor of my father and the grace and kindness of my mother. And this was such a nice place to grow up, and I know that he always remembered it fondly. And it is true what everybody says, that he never ever forgot where he came from. Not just physically, but in the way that he treated everyone. And I know that everybody becomes a saint after they die, but the truth of the matter is that all these things that everybody said about him today are really true. He really cared about his family deeply. He cared about his blood relative family, his Sopranos family, his friends. He's got, without naming names, it just struck me that the first acting person who ever came to a Thanksgiving or an Easter dinner at our house right down the street there in Park Ridge actually came to my house in Montvale for Thanksgiving dinner this year. That's how long he kept his friendship and his loyalties, and he was just really a great guy. And we miss him, but this is a wonderful tribute to him, and we want to thank you all, thank the town of Park Ridge and the mayor and council and everyone else who was involved with this, and thank you very much.
I know in my heart I speak for all the Sopranos, everyone here, for James Gandolfini's wonderful family, for the senator, for the mayor, for all of us. All I can say is I thank God that Jimmy Gandolfini was around in my life. And I know you all feel the same way. But I thank God that James Gandolfini was in my life.